Simon here with D2 Entertainment, and well, today is kind of a special type of video. A lot of times I come out here and I talk about things that I personally want to talk about, hopefully for you fans, and can get kind of, have a bit of fun with it, interact, all that good stuff. Today, I was getting a bunch of questions about the wrestling business, and these are my opinions alone. There is no correct way, right way, wrong way. It's for every situation there's an exception, and with the exception there's certain situations that the exception is only exceptional for. Every pro wrestler can tell you that makes sense. So I got a couple. I've had a bunch of stuff emailed to me, and so this is for you. This is what we got going on. I'm just gonna get in. Question was given me: when given an opportunity, how do you show your worth when it comes to pro wrestling, being a heel, being a babyface in a new promotion? My opinion was, you go out there to show your worth. You draw money. You put people in seats. You go out there, get over with the crowd, make the crowd react. If you're a babyface, you want them to pop. If you're a heel, you want them to heel you. You go out there and you entertain that crowd, and you get it to where a promoter can actually see results. You go out there and you're getting if you're a heel, you're getting the babyface over. If they're planning on moving him up the ladder. Your job is to put enough heat to make you look good, but at the same time, it's going to make him look even better. Because if you have a proper babyface with you that can sell and get that empathy, your heel is going to be over by default. Same thing as a babyface. If you're out there working to make your heel look good, go out there, and I'm not just saying just fucking lay down and die and job out. I'm gonna get some haters saying, "Oh, Mr. Bitter old I've been doing it, yada." No, the formula's still the same. A true heel gets booed by the fans. Okay, you go out there, get your heat, get your baby face over. That way, when it's your turn to get your shit in, as you turn the heat on, they're gonna sell for you, making you look good, and it's a dance. People don't fucking understand that. But anyway, when given the opportunity to show your worth, go out there, entertain the fans, make them want to come back, make them come back. That's how you show your worth to a promoter. In the ring. In the ring. Backstage politics, that's a whole nother topic, and we'll get to that maybe later. How to be a good heel. That's the age-old question. How to be a good heel. How to be a good babyface. The key to either one is getting over. Make sure you get the match over. You get your opponent over. You get the event over as a whole to the fans. Because again, they're the ones that pay to come see you. They're the ones that pay their hard-earned money, working 40 to 80 hours a week, however they do it, to come watch this event. Mind you, they may not be there just to see specifically you. You could have a big draw at the end of the card, at the main event, that they're wanting to see. But you're on that card. You're one of the matches they're going to see leading up to that. So, what are you supposed to do? You get the match over, building your way up to the main event. That's how you be a good heel. That's how you be a good babyface. End of story. Make the people fucking hate you, the heel, to want to see you get your butt kicked by the babyface. A babyface. Your job is to make the fans have your back at all times. They believe in you. You are the hero to them. Gotta have something to believe in. You got two guys that's going out there kicking the shit out of each other. Nobody knows who's a boo. Nobody knows who's a cheer. They're just sitting there like this. Mind you, you may put on a great match and entertain the hell out of them. But that's another way to get them to come back. You have people nowadays with pro wrestling, all this stuff, Lucha Underground, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, NXT's starting to do it. Ring of Honor, New Japan, All Japan, all these big independent CZW again. These big independent movements. Wrestling Revolver. They've only been around for a little bit and they've already done great things. You have to figure out your market. These towns that they're in, these fans like they like that lucha style. In the South, depending on where you're at, they like a hybrid. They like a little bit of both. They love that fast pace, what they see on these things when they watch these other big super indies. They get to where that's what they want to see. And that's fine. But you still have to have a story. Has to make sense. Even if it's just, I want to go out there and I have to beat you. You know, William Regal said this on Twitter earlier this week, last week, something like that. Even if you're going in a match, that's just a match. You tell a story. I have to beat you or I don't get paid. I can't feed my family. End of story. Go out there and give them something to follow. If that makes sense. You have to give these fans something to follow. Otherwise, they're not gonna believe. They're just gonna sit there with a thumb in their butt and get a hey Ethel, and they start talking to each other. You want to have their attention at all times, whether it's the high flying stuff, the technical, a hybrid of both. You have to give them something they want to see. And if you're the heel, you need to give them something to see that they hate you so much they want to see you get beat. That's how you do it. Hit the emotions. Finally, and like I said, I'm just going through a couple of these. How to get better in the ring. Training. Every chance you get, go to these seminars that you see come around your area. Maybe if you see somebody say, hey, we have a seminar with so-and-so, look that person up and see who they are if you've never heard of them. Because that's a big thing. You get a lot of these guys that are on the super indies that, I don't want to say a bubble of people know them, but it's kind of that scenario. They're not introduced on the main stage of WWE, which is worldwide. You can find it at the push of a button for anywhere with the WWE Network and all that good stuff. You see these guys, you understand. Hey, I've seen him on TV. I know who that is. But you got things like Ring of Honor, CZW, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, all these, like I said, all these other places. Progress Wrestling out of England. Everyone here, you need to follow a little bit of everything. If you're going to watch, you study. So don't do what you just see on Monday night, because you've seen it and X amount of millions of people have seen it that same Monday, and you try to pull it that Saturday, they're going to go, Seth Rollins did that better. Or, I saw Styles do that at the pay-per-view this past weekend. That shit don't work. Then you're just a copycat of what you see on the mainstream just to make them go, ooh, ah. Watch all these other guys like Zack Sabre Jr., Michael Elgin, Sami Callihan, Chris Hero when he was watch how these guys worked. Find things that can help you get better to make you understand what's going on in that ring. Make the story make so much more sense. Learn the psychology of it instead of just the holds. I want to say it was either Fit Finlay or I think it was a Chris Hero interview. I hope I'm right on this. It was one of his in-the-ring seminars that he did with CZW. When you go down to WWE, anybody can do the moves. They can train you to do the moves. Training the individual, the psychology end of it, and to make it mean something, to get over with the crowd, you can't teach that in classes with drills, with bump drills, rope drills. You can't learn that. You have to study. and watch each match and dissect it to understand the psychology of it. You know, just in this area we have NGW who is blowing up in this area. Blowing the fuck up. And they have a hybrid of everything from the mat wrestling to the high flying to the spot dives, all this stuff, but every bit of it makes sense. Every fucking bit of it. Yes, even Joey Ryan's dick flip. That made sense in that match. You have to go through and study all. If you see, like in your area, I think AML in North Carolina, these guys, and I don't want to start mentioning people because then I start leaving people out and then I get heat and I get hate mail. Dude, you need to check these out. That's fine. I can't remember all these companies because when I watch stuff, it's just so much, it's randomness. But every bit of it I like, I keep watching it. I don't have a specific go-to when it comes to what I watch. I watch what's hot, what's popular. Let's see what's going on. Stay up to date with it. A lot of these guys want to say, oh, the 80s was this, the 80s was this, the 70s, oh my God, they were great. That's fine. That works to an extent. But like anything else, it has to evolve. It has to manifest into something bigger every time. Right now, that psychology works with the high spots if you make it work right. So basically, to get better in a ring, study. That's the bottom line of it. Study. Anything you can find, pro wrestling wise, like look up the popular things and you'll find matches anywhere. Study what you see. Understand what they're doing. Listen to the crowd, because that's the people who pay to see you. The crowd. The most important thing. Or, in some cases, that camera that's out there that somebody's viewing or using so people can view it later. If you're working with promotions and they record, find out where that camera is and work to that. Because if you're in a building with 50, 100 people, I'm just saying that because I'm not saying these people can't draw. I'm just saying if you're in not a jam-packed, 2,000 seat building, but if you have your local fans that are there, but you got somebody recording it, there's millions of people that can watch this camera right here. Down the road. It may not be that night, that week, maybe a couple months later. Somebody may stumble upon it and watch and go, hey, that was pretty cool. Who are these guys? Oh, okay. And if you're doing that, make sure you put what company, what town. If they have a Facebook, link a Facebook to them on your YouTube. Put the company over that you're with and put on good matches. Entertain the fans. Mind you, don't go out there and try to do a 20-minute main event. Third match. You've got to build up too. Build up to your main event. Learn your place on the card. And if you want, I can do another video for that later. Like I said, these are just my opinions. They worked for me. They worked when I was helping promote, helping produce the TV, trying to get across something that can be seen that may not make sense when you first hear it, but when it's broke down to you and you go out there and you do exactly what you're told to do. Like if you're told, okay, for this spot for this angle we want you to go out here and do X, Y, and Z, because we're going to come back and we're going to build to this. You have to have them fundamentals of an angle, which is how you get better in a ring. You have to understand the meaning behind anything and everything you do. Make everything you do mean something. You have to, like if you're a heel, and I say heel because I the last little while that's what I did, and that's kind of what worked. After so many years of being a babyface, finally figured it out. But go out there and make every movement mean something. Don't just hit them. Yeah. You're trying to win a fight. Antagonize them when you really got them beat down. If you've got a hold on them, jaw jack. Don't give me the "oh, you shut up." That's the stupidest thing. Especially when a crowd's sitting on their ass, not saying a word. There's different things you can do to antagonize. Taunt your opponent. Make them people want to see him get up and kick your butt. Make them want to get in the ring and help him kick your butt. Study. Find the local seminars that have people that are reputable. Don't just go to some backwoods, backyard shit and, oh, Johnny Smith's going to hold a seminar. What the fuck have you done? Oh, I held 3 hardcore titles. No. Right there. Find people that actually have done something, have been around, have traveled all over the place. Those are the ones you're going to learn from. And with that, we'll see you guys next time.